you're going to walk away today having a feeling of relief because we will apply the things that we're learning right here, right now, throughout the day. And that is going to result in an impact in your life.
How many of you are going through change right now? What do you feel? Feeling a loss of control? Overwhelmed, you're anxious, you're irritable, you're questioning, you're angry. What about those midnight fridge raids? Anybody? Thank you for honesty. And also with a change, we have lack of information. Even our political climate right now, global warming, all the wars we have. These ladies are the 3 biggest emotional stressors that we have. So let's toss those in with fear and stir it all up. Okay, so today what we're going to learn is we are going to learn how to start the unclogging process. We are going to learn to deactivate that stress response. We're actually going to learn some symptoms to know that we're getting into trouble or red flags that we are stressed. Because I think that's a really big challenge. And I see that in my workshops with women, not understanding how stressed they are. And then what to do about it. So what we're going to start with is I want everybody to stand up, and this is no stranger. I'm going to introduce you to the first stress declogger, movement. So let's stretch, and move. Don't be afraid. When was the last time you stretched? And you can't say just now. Who has cats and dogs, cats or dogs at home? Right? What do they do when they get up? Stretch. Even actually a client of mine, she calls herself my #1 fan. She has a bearded lizard, and she swears to me that bearded lizard stretches when it gets up too. All right, before you sit down, I want you to go sit on a different table. Just go sit on a different table. Somebody you don't know. Leave your stuff. Leave all your stuff there. Just go park your fanny in a different chair. And I'm going to have my volunteers hand out some sealed envelopes. You'll get to move back. Where are my sealed envelopes and my volunteers? Anybody recognize this song? Do not open that envelope until I tell you. No bathroom breaks allowed. I've SWAT team at every exit. Nobody gets to leave. Want everybody to get let me know when you all have a sealed envelope. When I tell you, you will open them. And okay, when you open them, if it has a number 1, you are going to sing your name as an introduction to the table you're at. If you have a number 2, you're going to dance and introduce yourself. And if you are lucky number 3, you get to sing and dance your name. We good? How are we feeling? It is the one with the dragonfly. It's either a white one or cream-colored one. So how are we feeling? I've just pulled a lot of change on you, right, in a few minutes. Who's feeling, I don't know, a little uncertain? Have we lost control? Because you know who's the boss right now. And information, you're probably thinking, what the heck is she planning on doing? Oh, those are the handouts. I'm a pen and paper kind of girl, so. All right. Well, before we move on, I want to introduce you to stress unclogger number 2. It's called a physiological sigh, and I think Fabi and I must have been on the same wavelength because she just did it. So take a big breath in. Big breath in. And all the way out. Did you know scientific research shows it only takes 30 seconds for you to calm your nervous system, to deactivate the fear, deactivate the stress? 30 seconds. The trick is the awareness piece, to be aware that you are feeling uncomfortable. Are you a little uncomfortable? What's in that envelope? 1, you're singing. 2, you're dancing. 3, you're singing and dancing. We got the cameras. All right, we're going to do a physiological sigh again. This time, when you exhale, I want you to imagine the tension, especially the new tension, in your neck and shoulders, just running down your arms into the floor. So big breath in. Big breath in again. And all the way out. Okay, are you ready? Anybody got any butterflies? The trick about butterflies in your stomach is to make them fly in formation. Okay, open up your envelopes. Congratulations. You just passed the psychological stress test. Okay, so what? Now there's no singing and dancing, but it was so much fun to watch your faces where you're like where's the bathroom? Where can I leave? That's awesome. How many of you were honestly a little uncomfortable with that? Like, are you feeling like, oh yeah, Zeta. This is Zeta, but I'm from Canada, so I call her Zeta. No, that's Zeta, and I'm from Canada, I call you Zeta. Sorry, I got that mixed up. Sorry. Well, I screwed that joke up. Okay. All right, so I want you to imagine this. This was a small, non-life-threatening situation I just put you in a safe, non-threatening environment. And you got uncomfortable, right? So imagine you take something big by losing your job or deciding what your next move's going to be. And it doesn't go away in 5 minutes because Rita says, oh, no dancing or singing for introduction. But it goes after day, week after week. That is what's going to get you. That's what's going to clog you up. So I'm going to look a little bit more into what stress does to you. So flip that sheet over. On the back, these are 24 signs and symptoms of stress overload. I would like you to take a quick glance, set them on the back. And I want you to mark all the ones that you're experiencing. I'm not going to ask you to share. I just want you to take a look at them. This is a simple assessment. This is the way you check in with self. I'm feeling pretty good. I've had a couple good weeks. Let's just see what's going on. Or maybe I've had a really crappy couple months. This is an assessment. This is a test to see where am I in my journey and do I need to up my self-care? Because stress, ladies, is not going anywhere. I don't know if you've noticed. Excuse me. Fact, stress is not going anywhere. What we have to do is we have to learn how to deal with stress better. All right, have you finished taking a look? How many of you have less than you thought you would? Ooh, got a couple. Few. How many have more than you thought you would? How many of you are surprised? Yeah, a few of you. So this is just a good way. And I think a lot of times we women are in denial because we're looking after everybody else. Self-care is selfish. You can't make yourself a priority. You have to look after your kids, your partner, laundry, dinner, cleaning, house, working, right? We put ourselves on the bottom of the list. So fact is that stress is not going away. I think the biggest challenge is for us to realize that we're important. And I think you that are here have realized that. You've taken today, and someone else has mentioned, one of the other facilitators mentioned, you've actually taken time today to make you a priority. And the reason I'm so passionate about stress overload is that chronic stress, we don't realize stress is a silent killer. And if we don't take care of the stress, we could end up with chronic debilitating illnesses. 15 years ago, I lost my mom to a massive heart attack. I spoke to her 3 times on Thursday. The next phone call on Friday was my dad saying she had passed. Didn't see that coming. Massive heart attack. And so if you look at the symptoms, you can see how over a long period of time, you can develop heart disease, headaches and migraines, depression leads to suicide, chest pain, rapid heartbeat, stroke, heart attack. All these things can lead down the road after months and months of stress overload. Wasn't that just the happy news? So I've got the good news is by using simple self-care and using these simple stress busters. And the reason I call it simple self-care is that it slides in your day. I don't have to change my clothes. I don't have to change my shoes. I don't have to drive somewhere. I don't have to pay somebody. I can do it. Slide it in my day for 30 seconds to a minute. And there are 3 categories. In the moment is one of them, and we did that. Physiological sigh. Intentional pause. I got to reset. My head is spinning. I got to reset. 30 seconds. The second category is movement. That's really easy. Turn on some music and do a little bit of dancing, right? Or get up and stretch. Do some shoulder rolls, movement. Distract your brain. Reset your nervous system. Turn that stress response off. And number 3, I made up this word. I call it mindfulness. Now, we've all heard of being mindful. Well, I want my brain empty. I want a brain dump, right? So make a list. So you have a big change coming up. What's really important to you, right? Get it out of your head. What do I need to do first? Oh my gosh, Monday morning is I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got so much to do. And I write everything down. It's like, well, I have this, 1, 2, 3, and I'll work on those. And usually they're the ones that Melissa gave me as homework in our last coaching call. She's terrible. She's really awesome. She's very, very awesome. Don't get me wrong. All right, so we had a great. I had to throw somebody under the bus. So we've got a great start here, right? So we know fear of change triggers a stress response. So number 1 is being aware of what's happening. Number 2 is now you know what to do about it. You've got 3 great stress busters, stress uncloggers, whatever you don't call them, simple self-care. So my challenge for you is that when you go out here today, or even if someone stresses you out in here, like I just stressed out Melissa, pick one of those 3. Just pick one, please. 1. How many did I say? Did I say 3? Did I say 5? No, I said 1. Right? We're all overachievers, right? We all always want to pick more than 1. So pick one of those things. When we're driving home on I-77 at night, which I abhor with the traffic, deep breathing, wiggling my fingers, I'm car dancing, right? Just try to keep the stress down. So the thing is, you've got 3 great stress uncloggers, but this is just scratching the surface, right? There are so many more stress uncloggers. There's so much science. I'm the science nerd. I love to prove why things work. And it is time for you women to make yourselves a priority and to take the next step. So in my workshops, I usually talk about a whole bunch of stress uncloggers and the science behind it. And I have, coming up soon, is the Stress Mastery Edge. There are different dates and times in person and online. If you click on the QR code on the front page, you'll get more information. There is a special discount code as a thank you for being here at the Unclogged Conference. And if there's several of you that decide you'd like to work on getting unclogged or continuing the unclogging process, we can hold a special Unclogged Stress Mastery Edge program just for us. So, fear of change is real. You're fighting your biology. But if you're aware of it, you can do something about it. And now you have 3 simple techniques to do something about it. So don't be afraid of change anymore. Thank you.